I had to push this button 16 times just to make it record. So I had to record again. The last recording I made, it didn't edit properly, so I gotta do it again. I was saying next year the games that I would like us to get, but I don't think we're gonna get. Starting off again with number 5, because like I said before, Zombie U left us on a cliffhanger of the survivor getting onto a chopper and then the place getting nuked. But at the same time, when England got nuked by bombs, the guy was taking Andrew Crew in to continue doing his job for him, and you can see the guy's got a fake metal leg, so he can't walk that good. So after the original character, by the way, has no name. It's just the player's called U-Y-O-U, and it's your character, which is dumb because you couldn't even customize your own character, but it's just you trying to survive against zombies. And let me tell you about these zombies in this one. If you get bitten 4 times, before your health hits 0, let's say you've got 12% of health left, you die or you turn. You get blown up, you die or you turn. You don't, unlike the other one, its counterpart, Dead Island, you don't respond to the last checkpoint. You gotta do it the whole game over again, and it's like Minecraft. If you die, you gotta go back to the beginning of the game, pick up all your weapons again from a far distance, and that part is a pain in the ass. So that's a mechanic that needs to be fixed in that game. So yeah, that was it. So that was a problem with the game that I liked, but it needs to be fixed with that mechanic. Instead of dying and you know, scavenging, trying to get your weapons back again, just put us back to the last checkpoint we died at, so we can just go kill the last zombie we were, instead of taking us back to the base, which is ridiculous. That's too far, and you have to remember exactly where you died at. That was the worst. That's why it's number 5. That's a game that definitely needs to see more, because it, like I said, it left us on a cliffhanger. Game number 4, it was funny. I enjoyed it. Was Zombie. Another game that was made it for the PlayStation 3. It was the people that made Zombie vs. Plants vs. Zombies. They made 2 sequels on the iPad, and they made 2 sequels for the PlayStation 4, and it was Zombie Warfare and Zombie Warfare 2. But Zombier didn't get a sequel, and it's a game that should have got a sequel, but really didn't get a sequel. And it left us with 3 different possibilities of a cliffhanger. You kill the boss, and you end up back with Catherine or Karen, I believe, and she's a zombie. She gets bitten into a zombie like at the beginning of the game, just like you do, but you're infected, and she doesn't like you now because you're not a full zombie. You're only half human, half zombie. And the boss you've killed, she's in love with the boss, and she just rejects you. And I'm like, well, all that build up trying to save her and get to her, and she's a zombie, and he knows that she's a zombie, but he's in such denial, saying, no, I can still save her. By the time he gets there, she automatically forgets who you are. So there's that. And then there's an ending. There's a 3rd door. It takes you to a bunny zombie, which you can stay with forever, and you never eventually find Catherine anyway. So there's that. There's a 3rd game that we on a big cliffhanger, and it never really saw the light of day. I can't remember the name of the game it was. I wanted to say Outlast, but we got a sequel to that, so I can't say Outlast. Oh, it was Infamous Festival of Blood. Now, they gave us a sequel, and that too was on a cliffhanger. That Cole's telling the story. For thing is, the game was only an hour. I know it was DLC, but the game was only an hour long. I'm saying you should take that game and remake that game. Give it a whole, like, make it a whole game. Don't make it DLC, make it a whole game. But just as the story's getting good, she's the woman he's talking to is the Dracula woman that he kills in his story, but she's somehow still alive, and it doesn't explain how she's still alive. What they did is they rebooted the whole character. I'm saying bring back the original character because he's the original character for Infamous 1 and 2 and Festival of Blood, which didn't have a lot of story to it, which made no sense. I can't think of a number 2 game that I think needs that had a sequel to it. That needs a they made a game to it and needs a sequel to. I can't really think of anything right now. I only had 3 games that I could think of that need a sequel to them, that don't have a sequel to them yet. I can't really think for number 2 spot. I had a list of games that I wanted to talk about, but I've forgotten what they were. I guess Zombie U and Zombie were the only 2 I could think of. And Infamous, I couldn't think of. I need 2 more, but I can't think of any more that need a sequel. And not like a prequel what goes backwards. I mean a sequel. I don't care for prequels now, they're so annoying. When you make a prequel to a game, it's like, oh, it's a little bit of backstory, but it's not much, and it tells you how it starts. I want to say Gravity 2, but we already got that, so I can't say that. I'm trying to really think of what games that we have need sequels to. I also know why. I want to know why there was some games, like for example, Adventure Time. For example, why was Adventure Time? The name was Kingdom, along with Dragon Ball Z and Duke Nukem. Why would they take him down from the PlayStation Store? If you realize the PlayStation Store, it's got a lot of games that are missing that are not out there. I'm sorry for bragging on for so much, but I'm trying to think of games we need sequels. Okay, here's a game that I know we need to remake. We need to remake the entire trilogy of Gex, because that was a pretty good game. I love that game. I mean, we got Spyro, we got Crash Bandicoot. I think Gex should be next in the works. And they said that they gave us Conker's Bad Fur Day, a remake for that, but I've yet to see it. So hopefully next year, which is around the corner, that we get the sequels to these games. And no, don't leave in the comments say, well, I think Fortnite needs a sequel. Dude, you get Fortnite updates every single month. There's no point of them. What you gonna do? Call it Fortnite 2? Get out of here with that crap. Oh yeah, Fortnite 2, that's what the kids want. No, we don't want a Fortnite 2. We want sequels to games like Zombie and Zombie U. We don't want sequels to games that really have no meaning to them. I mean, that gets an update every month, and you're not really missing anything. A few new skins and a few new dance moves, and I'm so sick and tired of Fortnite at this point. They've got so many updates on that game that they're coming out their ass. Like, oh, what's this theme? Oh, it's another Christmas theme. You made a Christmas theme last year, and then you made another one this year. I don't care for that. I'm so over Fortnite. If another friend of mine brings up Fortnite, I'm not gonna. This is why I don't join your communities. I'm not into Fortnite, by the way. I hated that. I specifically made a video saying how I was making fun of the game, that I hate it. In fact, I only played the game twice with my friend because that was the only game she would ever play. but I managed to pull her from that game to this one. I can't think of a final game that probably needs a sequel or a remake. So if I was going to say a game that needs a remake, thing is, they went backwards with Duke Nukem instead of forwards. They did the Duke Nukem 3D for the PlayStation 4, but they should have really remastered. Yeah, I forgot about that. They should have really remastered Duke Nukem Forever, because that too ended on a sequel with him becoming president. Afterwards, nothing happens. It's just like they forgot about that. Oh, and a game that needs to be made, since Friday the 13th is no longer a thing, could you please let the Halloween franchise, let them buy that so they can make a Halloween game so it can replace Friday the 13th, because Friday the 13th, like Biker Steve says, it's not going anywhere. We're not getting any DLC for it. We're not getting any we got patches, but we're not getting any new characters. We're not getting new edition. I say we focus here and now on the Halloween game. We take the Halloween game and we get DLC. We get new skins for Michael, the same way we got for Jason. We get new characters. We get new backgrounds. The whole thing. I say they work on that. I mean, why would you work on something like Halloween and go, nah, we don't want to do it now? Why would you do all that hard work just to destroy the file, man? What is the point? You work so hard to make a game like Halloween and decide, oh, I'm not going to do it now. No, this is a game we need for next year. So I really hope that they bring it back and do it, because I saw the trailer for that game and I thought this game was pretty good. Why would you ruin something before you even get it out there? What is the point? I think you blow your load, you make it as good as you possibly can, and then you do what you did with Friday the 13th and you just stop. At one point where it doesn't work. There's been no... I mean, how can you not be pissed? You invested your money to Friday the 13th the game. You bought all the DLC packs. You did all the first kill missions. You did everything that they put out, and they went, can't do anything else for it now. I'm saying we gave up on Friday the 13th and we move on to Halloween. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I couldn't think of the top 5 games that need a sequel, not a prequel, a sequel. God help you if you make a zombie and it's a prequel. So that's just my thought on the matter. I'm just kind of curious, what games do you think need to be remastered, and what games do you think need a sequel, not prequel, to a game? Because everyone knows if it's a prequel like Star Wars, it's never gonna go well. Except for the upcoming Storm, that worked. It's not a game I played, but it worked. So yeah. Those are the top 5 games that I'd like to see sequels to or remake designed for.